Hey everybody, long time no see. Leslie Williams here. How you doing? Gonna do a live video today on how to use a negative experience as a springboard to develop some clarity, some clearness of mind about what you really want. So earlier I posted a question, or I said name some non-negotiables or must-haves in the job as you try to land your first paralegal job. What are the must-haves and what don't you want to experience in the next job? So one of the reasons I went into the legal field is because I had been in a terrible job, not legal, wasn't in the legal field, but it springboarded me because I started thinking I need to specialize. So I thought I'm going to specialize in medical as a medical assistant or physician's assistant or something like that, or I'm going to go into the legal field. And I had two aunties in the legal field at that time. I did not call them, should have, but I didn't. So I thought I'm going to try that. But the job I was in was so bad, and it went part-time and I left it. But here is my non-negotiable, that I am to be respected, and I'm sure you want this too, in that first job or the 10th job. I want to be respected as a human being. I want my personal time to be respected. And I'd like to hear what your non-negotiables are. What is it that you cannot compromise on and you won't compromise on because of past bad experiences or negative experiences? It's okay to, within yourself, demand these things. Don't ever hesitate to do that. If you start sacrificing your time, then it won't go well, I can assure you. There are some employers out there everywhere, in every walk of life, and including the legal field, that will usurp your time. They will include your personal time. They will expect you to run errands. Okay? So if you want to be careful not to go down that road, that's something that you must cover in the interview. Are there any will I be receiving any calls on the weekend? Will I be expected to work on the weekends? Those are very important questions so that you protect your personal time as much as possible. You do not have to sacrifice that to enter this field. Yes, there are attorneys who abuse that. Definitely. And I had an attorney try to, this attorney is like a brother to me, but he would try to call my house. He did in the beginning, and ask if he wanted to discuss a case. But my husband was wise to that and just said, she's out shopping, you know, and I was grocery shopping, but I wasn't going to return that call. Was I afraid I'd get fired? Not really. That's how much I'm going to protect my personal time. I had to set barriers, those boundaries. If you don't set boundaries, then people will knock any boundaries you have. They won't see boundaries and they will abuse that. So it's up to you to set boundaries. You don't have to be on call 24/7 as a paralegal, nor you should never be on call. You're not an ATM machine. Remember that, because people will try to abuse that. You just won't be available any weekends because you're so busy with your family. You are busy, 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 and you're never home. You're gone at night to sporting events, you just won't be home. Don't fall into that trap. And it is a trap. So that's being said, don't ever glamorize the legal profession. It is a place to build your own career where you can call the shots yourself. If you don't look at it that way, then you will be a 9-to-5er at the beck and call of the employer at any given time. And who wants that? Most of us do not want that. We want, and you should, it's healthy to have that time to yourself. Never, ever give up that personal time. Okay? Calculate what time you need off for the holidays. A lot of that depends on how much seniority you have in the place. When you're new, you don't have a lot of clout that way. I've worked many times right up until the 23rd of December. So, and most of the time didn't have Christmas week off because I changed jobs regularly to bump up my salary, and that was successful. So remember that little nugget, okay? So using a negative experience of the past, it can be a teacher to you. What don't you want to happen? I didn't want to watch an employer make my coworkers cry. Okay, and that's what I saw in the corporate job I was in, which had nothing to do with the legal field. I didn't want to watch cruel people work their magic on people. Nope, didn't want to watch that. I wanted to make sure that I could get a little hint of what the coworkers were like during the interview. Not easy to do. And I wanted a relatively stable workplace. Can't always guarantee that it's going to be stable as far as, is this law firm going to stay in business? Because you just don't understand how well they are, what is their financial health? What's the financial health of the law firm? You don't really know that going in. You don't know if they are bringing in enough business to support paying the staff. You want to make sure that if you start seeing that paychecks are late or anything, I've never had that happen, that you probably don't want to stay there. So just understand that you have certain things in your head right now that you're thinking about. I don't want a repeat of this. I'd love for you to share some of those if you're willing to. It helps other people. And again, I didn't want a repeat of bad behavior where the employees never felt protected or cared for. That was on the top of the list. I wanted to be respected for my work, and I wanted my time respected. Could I find a job where the workplace was financially stable? Again, you don't know that going in. Okay, so I'd love some of your feedback on this. I know that when my father was let go from his job of 30 years as a supermarket manager, I know in his mind he didn't want to manage again. So that was at the top of his list. He took a job with a competitor supermarket, and he stocked shelves on the second shift at night for the same pay he made as a manager, same benefits, and no stress. So my stress level, I want to be able to manage it. And I don't want that. I don't want chaos in a workplace as much as possible. So how about you? What are you thinking about right now that you want it to be? How you understand what that workplace is like is by asking questions in the interview. And I go over some of those in the Paralegal Inner Circle class, okay? So you can scroll down through this feed on Facebook and you can see information about that and go to the link. But the Paralegal Inner Circle class, one of the modules, it talks about how to interview properly and some of the questions you need to ask for this very reason, to protect yourself and to not come home and carry it into the home to your significant other, to kids, to a husband, to a wife, whatever, okay? And this is how you do it, by dissecting. Make a list. I don't want, the do not want pile, the column, and the this is what I need column. And understand that about yourself, and that's going to protect your mind, your mental health, and put you in a good place to really grow and learn. When it's too chaotic, it shuts it down. So this is important as you go forward, okay? So any questions while I'm on here live with you, please ask. Or if you want to ask later, please do so. If you have a question and you don't want to ask it in public, then please feel free to email me at paralegalcoffeetalk@yahoo.com, okay? All right, have a great day. Here's a little tidbit for you. I have moved, and that's why I've been quiet on here. My hubby and I have moved to the eastern side of Tennessee, not far from Bristol, and right near the Virginia border. We just wanted to be close to family, so we have left Florida, and we couldn't be happier. I'm now out here in where I like to record in a parking lot, and I'm looking at mountains all around me. So it's a great place to be, and we're happy. So I'll be doing all my videos from Tennessee from now on. So have a great day, guys, and stay tuned for the next video where I'm going to talk about being on the struggle bus as you head towards a paralegal job. All right, that'll be the next one. Have a great day. Let me know if you have any comments about this topic at all, and any feedback, and either email me or comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Bye.